just be a little more specific? And I'm going to ask, like, how did it help you in your day-to-day tasks? What did you find most intuitive in the system?
Yeah, the way we operate is we have a lot of clients and a lot of transactions on a daily basis. So when you're talking about hundreds of transactions per day, our lives are made so much easier when those transactions can happen automatically and with fewer clicks. One of the ways that law accounting has simplified things, just as an example, is they created an entire system around our being able to upload multiple receipts, for example. Instead of having to enter information one at a time, they allowed us to do like batch uploads that were specific to all the individual cases. One of the other things that they've done that has been incredibly helpful is they added a little, and this sounds very nuanced, but this just speaks to them really hearing what our pain points were and helping with that. They added a button so that we could easily transfer money between from one matter to another. We have a lot of clients that have multiple cases. And so instead of having to do 3 or 4 different entries, journal entries, the law accounting development team made a quick little screen that comes up that transfers money automatically. So I think those are a couple of examples of like where those day-to-day tasks that we have to do just become so easy and so intuitive.
When I asked you this, you shared a lot of instances where, for example, like the data entry is becoming one screen. That I'm assuming that
Mhm.
saved you a lot of time.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you on the same realm. Do you have any instances where the system saved you any costs? I know time is money, but did it reduce any costs previous compared to your previous methods?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head when you said time is money, because my time is certainly part of that cost aspect. One thing that law accounting is going to implement for us is LA Pay, and that's going to save us. Right now, we are spending so much money on transaction costs, like just third-party softwares that are having to process payments. And so we're in the process now of getting LA Pay, which is going to save us real dollars. So that's one example. Second, law accounting is it's much less expensive than the other option that we were using. So it was a no-brainer to go with them because if you're going to, we were paying for a very large accounting software. I'm not going to use names here, but it's a common one that people use when they are law firms in Litify. And that software has so many features that we just don't use and we don't need. So we're paying for those on the previous software. And ultimately, it's just a higher cost. Law accounting, on the other hand, gives us only what we need, gives us kind of the custom solution, and it reduces the real cash that we have to spend on software. As far as I'll answer the scalability first, like scalability, this system is built for it's built for small law firms and it's built for us to grow. So that is the way that the system is set up, and all of that customization it's poised for growth. Absolutely. The things that we've done that, like the customization, I'll give 2 examples. One is we wanted our lawyers who are not necessarily as well versed in accounting as me to have access to all that financial data. The law accounting team made sure that everyone in the firm, not just the accounting staff, but everyone in the firm can have access to see how much has been paid into a case or how many expenses have gone out, how much time has been billed, how much does that client owe us. So they're making sure that the efficiencies don't just stop with the accounting team, but that everyone in our organization has visibility. So that was one way that they customized it directly for us. And then the other thing that they've done is they made sure our whole system is built on automations. Like as soon as someone misses a payment, we want a text to go out to that client that says, hey, do you need to update your card? The law accounting team took all of these manual processes that we were doing and made sure that the accounting side of things really talked to the automation and kept our workflow as automated as possible.
So you talked a lot about finances and how the law accounting system, basically what I understood from this, how it helped streamline your financial management processes. Can I ask you, how did it help you generate insightful financial reports and analytics to support your decision making within your organization?
That's a great question. This is specific to our org. We do all kinds of law. We do what we lovingly refer to as normal people law, divorce, bankruptcy, labor, probate, the things that no one wants to go through, but unfortunately, a lot of people have to go through. Because of that, we have a bunch of different case types. Within, for example, family law, we have adoptions, we have divorces, we have paternity actions, we have guardianships. All of those case types under the family law umbrella, we want to be able to analyze and say, okay, which cases are making us money? What cases do we need to raise the price? What cases are closing the quickest? Like basically all these decisions that we're making from a business perspective are going to be based on whatever the financial data shows us. So law accounting and the way that they helped us through this is they were able to take all of the transactions that go through our system and classify them according to both the practice area, labor, bankruptcy, family law, and by case type, divorce, guardianship, adoption. So we can get really granular as to what is the financial information for as broad as the whole firm or as narrow as an individual case type.
I'm sure you've used customer support at some time or another. I'm going to ask you, what was your experience with our customer support and training services and helping you optimize the use of our system?
Customer support was actually the reason that we wanted to get rid of our old accounting software. Anytime there was a little bug in our previous software, there was literally no way to get in touch with anyone other than submitting a support ticket and waiting 4 days to get a response. And to me, that's just not acceptable. We're a fast-moving business. Everything is fast-moving now. So we wanted someone that was really responsive to support. I think the law accounting team has been incredibly responsive. Sometimes they probably wanted to kill me because I would change my mind 3 or 4 times a week. But every time I reached out, they not only responded timely, but they would also set up calls to discuss further. During the development process for a while, I feel like we were meeting 3 or 4 days a week, but that was what was necessary when we were trying to push it out. And I felt like the team that was in place really heard what we wanted and what we needed. And they were incredibly responsive to all of those requests, even when they were ridiculous. I will totally take the blame for that. But the team was really supportive and really gave that customer service level that you would expect from like a top-notch provider.